My name is Ken, and I live in central Pennsylvania, Amish country. However, I'm not Amish. I am 38 years old and was diagnosed with AMN at the age of 31. I'm the youngest of three brothers who also had the gene defect, along with an uncle. While early on the disease was so rare, it was often misdiagnosed. Together, along with Google, we became much more knowledgeable into what AMN-ALD was and where we would be going from there. Would I develop cerebral ALD quickly, or would I live a slow progression of AMN? This is one of the many mysteries. I then was put into touch to the specialist at Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston, where I learned so much more than what Google could tell me. That was the best choice I've made in this journey so far. I've been through a lot of challenges as the disease has progressed, in which I've learned to deal with as they came. One of the first challenges was walking and a drop foot, which had me falling quite often. After speaking to a few specialists, it led me to getting a prescription for an ankle-foot orthotics leg brace, which assisted in picking up my feet to prevent me from falling. I've been using the braces for about 4 years, and they have been one of the best aids to date. The braces on snow and ice proved to be a new challenge as the disease progressed, in which I added in a walking stick to help manage. When walking inside and out of the elements, I do rely on walls and other furnishings to assist with balance and gait issues. We jokingly refer to this as wall surfing. While the walking challenges has been my biggest symptoms to date, I do have some bladder symptoms, the biggest being an urgency, usually at the most inconvenient of times. I've been prescribed a drug from my urologist, Mifflinburg, which has provided some relief. I am in total understanding this can be progressive, which may lead to catheterization to provide relief in the future. Cerebral ALD at the age of 39. I recently watched another friend lose his battle with cerebral ALD at the age of 37. That alone has affected me on a mental note. Here I am living the same life they had with some of the same symptoms. I'm here and they are not. Wrapping your head around that isn't easy and has led me to some times of depression and thoughts of throwing in the towel to speak. It's hard to accept that there are no approved treatments to help the progression of cerebral ALD, and that my future could be of that, developing cerebral ALD. I have been involved in a clinical trial for a drug that is targeted towards AMN patients. One of the key findings from the initial report was that those on the treatment group had less progression of cerebral disease. The drug has had little to no side effects on me, and knowing that this drug could help prevent cerebral disease, that's huge, and I want to continue taking it for the rest of my life. Speaking for me personally, and the most important treatment is that will help prevent cerebral progression of ALD. I can adjust and adapt to AMN symptoms, but I can't do cerebral ALD. Sure, I'd like the ability to run again and be a track star to speak, but given that or the option to be free of cerebral disease, I pick the latter. Friends who I've spoken to who also have AMN definitely agree with that statement. I have become friends with several parents of children with ALD, and I want the best for them. This is to prevent them from developing AMN symptoms. I'm on board to help get that done. With all of this said, there are several clinical trials in the loop which are hoping to start within the coming years. I am hoping that these trials will be successful. The ALD community are some of the strongest people I know, and we deserve a big change in the future. There isn't most likely going to be a wonder pill that will fix all the issues. But even a change to just a few of the symptoms would provide a better quality of life. When I talk to friends about AMN ALD, they ask, is there a cure? Unfortunately, no, but we are hopeful. And I want to give a special shout out to Catherine Becker, who is a nurse practitioner at Massachusetts General Hospital. She's the one who told me to, quote, get your head out of the sand. And when I was in times of depression after my diagnosis and trying to figure it all out, those words meant a very lot to me, and I will always remember those words. Thanks.